Good morning. ¿Dónde el piojito? Hi, piojito.
We want the children to feel welcome and invited in. We want them to feel that when they come here, this extension of their home is safe and it's warm and it's welcoming and it's a place that they want to be.
Sometimes we find out so much information in the morning just greeting that student and say, hey, was everything okay on the weekend?
So you too?
Yes.
You have to address the social emotional in order for them to actually be academically sound. Because if they have all this stuff going on, it's very difficult for them to concentrate in school.
The weather today is partly cloudy.
Excellent. Do we agree with the weather? It looks right. It makes sense. High five it.
I wanted to make sure that the social emotional was just not something we added on. It was embedded in the curriculum. It was a part of everyday life. We were starting from the ground up, and that was going to take a team.
We knew that Turnaround had to come with us. They were the first organization that actually came with the school.
We sat down and we started just meshing and said, okay, this is what we're going to do first. We're going to focus on classroom environment and we're going to talk about morning meeting, and these are the professional development cycles that we're going to put together. I talked about the social emotion and how it's going to be embedded in the curriculum, and from the first day they walked through the door for professional development, I didn't stand there alone. I stood there with Chia and the Turnaround team to present YVA to the staff.
Your brain is growing.
Your brain is growing.
We speak Turnaround. We were like walking breeds of turnarounds.
It's really in every part of the building. You see everyone engaged in conversation. You see everyone greeting children with a smile. You see the type of feedback that teachers are giving students and how it's based on growth mindset. You see some of the posters with the brain in the classrooms and the behavior charts that they use. It's all a collaboration between myself, Miss Chia, and Turnaround.
All right, good morning, boys and girls.
Good morning, Miss Otero.
When you go inside, please go to your rug spots and wait for me so I can tell you what we're going to do, okay? Ladies, let's go inside, please.
A tool that we created with Turnaround was our RTI process. It's a multi-tiered support system where tier 1 is something that you provide to everyone, so all the structures in the building. For example, the expectation that we have in the hallways, the posters that we have, and then tier 2. So that's where, you have the student, you provided all the tier 1 interventions already. Now something's still not clicking. You still feel like you still need more support. So at that point, then you initiate the Kid Talk meetings where you meet with your colleagues on the grade and come up with an action plan. If that doesn't work, then you move to kind of tier 3, which is where the child study team comes in.
Now when teachers come to me and say, this child might need a referral, I say, well, what tiers of intervention have you put in place? Let me see your evidence of the Kid Talks to see what strategies other teachers have suggested that you implement with this child. So it holds teachers accountable to really try multiple strategies with a child before they're just immediately rushed off into the referral system. Last year was our first year with testing, and we're very proud to say that our students did very well. We were actually 3rd in the district as far as our math scores, and we were 2nd in the district as far as our ELA scores. We think a lot of that is attributed to the systems and structures and the procedures we have in place that are tied in with Turnaround. It's the social emotional aspect of our mental health providers and the structures in place that can definitely be attributed to their success. I don't care if they get 100%. I care that you tried, that you gave it your all, and that you can look in the mirror and be proud of yourself.
I have a question. Because it says my brain is shrunk, and if your brain was shrunk, you wouldn't be able to remember some of the things from all the things you said there. And also, I wonder, what is a tonsil? Because it says my tonsils are big as
We wanted the kids to have ownership over their learning. We're not perfect, we're not there yet, but I think that they definitely understand that they have a voice in the school, sometimes a little bit too much.
I take great pride in my kids, and people have asked me, do you love your job? And I said, yes. I love every second of it because I get to see kids smile every day. And when they're not smiling, I make it a point to find out why they're not smiling, because there's so much ugly in the world. And if I can create a space that feels safe and beautiful for them, then that's what brings me the most joy.
We really believe in educating the whole child, where yes, academically they need it because they need to get into that good school, they need to progress in life. But if you don't have that social emotional competency, it's difficult to get through life. So I think that's why we find it so important, because you can't have one without the other.
I knew that I wanted a school that no one was seen as a victim, no one was seen as someone I have to save, but someone I have to empower, because they're going to grow up and do great things. And that's just the basis of who we are and what I want every child to feel when they come here.
Leaders.